Fucking intro.
You better nail the fucking intro this week, by the way, dude. No
Welcome to another.
pressure.
Oh, man, I was fucking on it.
Come on, you got it, bro.
Welcome to another episode. Unless you live hardcore, this is episode 11. I am the co-host Kyle Forsyth.
What's up? I'm Jake Ford, the other co-host here in
What's up?
beautiful New York, which is apparently sinking due to the weight of its own buildings.
I'm here in beautiful Detroit, which is how everybody describes Detroit
Yeah.
is with
That's
beautiful.
that's real news that came out today, by the way, Kyle.
It's sinking. New York is sinking.
Apparently, Manhattan is fucking sinking due to the weight
Man,
of its own buildings.
I feel like I saw that movie in like 2012 already.
Yeah, dude. That's pretty funny, dude. I'm glad I decided to pursue my dream and move out here.
Yeah, we got a few
Dude,
years.
life is really all about timing, and I have bad timing at everything.
We really got 6 to 10 years before we're all fucked, if we're being honest. I mean, so it's not even just really New York, I think, at this
Nah, I
point.
think just parts of the country probably. Like coasts are gonna be fucked for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Florida, parts of Florida are gonna be fucked. Like
Everything's
Michigan's gonna be like a nice little safe haven, dude.
mm-hmm. It's gonna be fucking
You guys are gonna have all the fresh water.
It's gonna be hot everywhere, dude.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm glad I know I have family back there. I'm like, at least when shit hits the fan, I have a place to go.
Dude, my dog. Why did she decide to bark the second we start recording?
What's your dog's name?
Aggie.
Yeah.
Agatha. Aggie.
Why'd you name your dog Aggie?
Well, full name is Agatha, but we call her Aggie, because so the cat and the dog are named after two of the main characters from the movie Halloween Town. The cat is named
That's what
after
it's from.
Marnie, the main
knew it.
character in
Yeah,
Halloween
yeah,
Town,
yeah.
and Aggie is the grandma in Halloween Town.
That's what it's from. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the whole fucking arm here.
Yeah, yeah.
Halloween
Dude, I
Town
remember
shit,
I was a
essentially.
Disney Channel lad.
Yeah, dude, my whole fucking arm is like
I
Halloween
loved all that
Town there.
dumbass shit, dude.
All right, watch your tone. No.
Yo, do you watch Halloween Town every year?
You fucking bet
Do
your
you and
dick
your
I
wife
do,
have
dude.
a Halloween Town marathon?
Dude.
You watch all 3 Halloween Towns?
Do you think we
Oh,
named
you are
our
a fucking man child, dude. Before you started this recording, you were talking to me about how you hate cigarette smoke in the house because it ruins your action figure boxes.
Hold on.
You are a 13-year-old with a fucking beard.
I've got a Limp Biscuit hoodie behind me.
For real, dude. How are you allowed to drive, dude?
Got stunted youth syndrome. Yeah, man. It's I don't know. They gave me a license. Honestly, I didn't get it till I was 19. If I'm being honest.
Dude, same here. I got my license when I was 20.
It was more medical reasons than anything. It was epilepsy, but you know, it is what it
Okay,
is,
yeah,
dude.
I just didn't like driving. It
Oh, for
scared
me,
I
dude,
like,
it
I
was
hate it, dude.
I went through my driver's training at 16, but then you have to go like 6 months without a seizure, and I was like on and off medications throughout my high school. Like throughout high school, they were trying to find like the right medication combo for me, or like the right medications to get me to stop seizing, and they'd get me on like a medication, and it would work for like 3 to 5 months, and then I'd just break through again, and I'd start having seizures, and then they'd like up the dosage, and then they'd be like, and then I'd go another like 3 to 6 months, and then break through again, and they'd be like, all right, well, let's try a whole new med, and then it kept being like, all right, up the dosage, and like it just kept going like that, and it was a cycle from like 13 up till like I think like 18 essentially. And 18, they finally, like, right before I turned 18, they sort of finally found the medication combo that worked for me.
Okay.
Right around 17, 18 years old. I think around 17, technically.
Damn.
But then, like, I still had, like, a couple breakthrough seizures off of me fucking up and missing my medication. So it just set me back again. And
Jeez.
so, yeah, fucking 19,
Why didn't
finally
you just,
got my license.
not tell the driver's people?
I would have. Trust me,
you,
my mom
was your
wasn't letting
mom
it
like,
happen.
oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I guess you're right. I'd be a really bad parent, dude.
To be fair,
what? He has fucking epilepsy. He could drive.
dude, I've had
School's like a mile away. He could drive to school.
yeah. as an adult, I have had like a seizure and then like drove the next day or two or something. Like as an adult, I've done it, but it's because I know what the fuck happened and like
Yeah.
it's like it was me skipping my medication again. It was just me being negligent of my own medicine
Well,
and
the
like
fear
not
is like
taking it.
having a seizure while you're driving, right? Because it's not
Yeah,
like it affects like the next day. It didn't like affect your motor skills, did it?
not technically.
Okay. You're like, no, but I
I
fucking smoked a
I
joint before
no.
I left the house.
And that dude
And that
made me a
definitely
little trippy,
lowered my
dog.
reaction time a little bit.
Yeah. I was
That's
fine until I smoked
hilarious.
that J. No.
Yeah.
Um
But anyway, circling back to your fucking action figures and how you'd reprimand me if I ever smoked a cigarette in your house. Not that I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore, but just I
yeah.
just know that I can't in your house.
It's it's cigarettes, man. So like yeah, so that the you're saying like cigarettes are gross for many reasons. The home, I was like, yeah, I don't mind smoking weed in my home. Nobody's ever tried smoking a cigarette inside of my apartment. It'd be a weird move, I think, I guess, for somebody to just be like, I'm just gonna rip this real quick and like just go
Oh,
for
okay.
it without asking. Like if anybody
Oh,
asked, we'd
yeah,
be like,
yeah, yeah.
no. Like, but if somebody asked, if somebody just went for it without asking, I'd be like, you're not welcome here again. Like,
Yeah, it
like
would be super weird.
yeah. But if like
It's so disrespectful to just like
yeah,
light
if
up a
they asked,
cigarette
we would
in a
say
space
no.
that where you know, like, yeah.
And you were saying, like you said, like before we started, like you're like, yeah, it's gross, like it yellows your walls and stuff. I was like, yeah, or in my case, inside of my office, it could yellow your action figure containers. That was like the boxes your action figures are in. Like if you've ever seen, like there's people I've seen it where there's dudes who had like super valuable action figures from like the 80s or 90s, but
Mm-hmm.
like their parents smoked cigarettes their whole lives and they kept them
Yeah.
in boxes. So all these action figures that would be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars are fucked because like all the boxes are yellowed and permanently gross and it like fucked up the look of the figures on the inside because the smoke just creeps into the boxes and yellows them from the inside.
That
uh
rules, dude.
yeah,
Smoking
there's
is
like
cool, bro.
there's a bunch of collectors who've just
Don't
had
ever let
like
anybody tell you smoking isn't fucking awesome, dude.
imagine collecting for all those years from the 80s and
Destroys
90s as
your
a
health.
child though. Like imagine collecting all that though and then just becoming an adult and like somebody's like, no, actually these are worth nothing because your parents
Dude,
smoked
I'm
cigarettes.
still mad I don't know where my fucking Pokemon cards from my childhood are, dude.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. I'm like, God damn, I have probably quite a bit of money, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but at least it's like I think it's more disappointing to still have the thing that's valuable, but it's not valuable because your parents just smoked in the house. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
more disappointing than just not having the cards at all. Like, I'd rather the
I would
card.
agree.
Yeah. I'd rather not even know where those cards are than to have a bunch of boxes of fucking
Look at them all
Spawn action
fucked up,
figures.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. What kind of action figures you got back there, dude?
Oh man, I have a ghost face sitting right in
Never
front of
mind. I
me.
didn't mean to ask, dude. You're gonna like start grabbing them and showing to me
I'm
on
not.
screen.
I
No, I'm
won't grab him.
kidding.
I'm just looking over to my right where my action figure shelf is. I
You got
have
Ghostface from Scream?
yeah, I got a ghost face from
That's
Scream up
pretty cool.
there. Yeah, I got a this like limited edition action figure from a horror convention called Horror Hound. I have a autographed Punisher figure from John Bernthal, and this is before they made one that looked like him. So it's like the Marvel Punisher figure signed by John Bernthal, who played Punisher in the Netflix series. And then I got a Captain Spaulding figure signed by Sid Haig, who's now dead. Um,
Oh yeah, I forgot he
I have a
passed
little
away.
fucking Captain Spaulding tattoo on me, dude, on like the back of my fucking arm, dude.
Oh, that's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah, that's I love fucking evil clowns, man. I don't love fucking evil clowns,
Bro,
but like I love evil
no, yeah,
clowns.
I knew what you meant, dude.
Yeah.
Me and the boys at Salsa Parlor during the pandemic. I don't know why, but we were on like a horror movie binge, and then we watched Devil's Reject, and it just like bummed everybody out for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
if it was just like the
No,
atmosphere or like the current time, but
it's
we
the
watched
movie.
Devil's Reject, and we were like, man, this movie is actually kind of a fucking bummer, bro.
No, it for sure is. Yeah,
Because
like
everything else we were watching was like really just like campy and fun. We were watching like George Romero's like what's the one with John like Leguizamo? Like, it's
Oh
not
man.
Night of the Living Dead, but it's like City of the Dead or some bullshit
Dawn
like
of the
that.
Dead
No,
or
it's not Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead rules though.
um
It's Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead. There's so many
Land of the
fucking ones at
Dead.
this
Yeah, yeah,
point.
yeah. That one's like really campy though, and just like fun and stupid. And then we were watching a bunch of movies like that, just riffing and hanging out. And then we watched Devil's Reject, and we were all like sad. It was like the
Yeah, dude.
last. We were all like, after it was over, we were like, all right, I'm going to bed.
It's pretty fucking dark. Like the Devil's Rejects is very House of a Thousand Corpses is the best one out of all of the out of that series of 3 movies. There's House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell was the last one. And 3
I
from
heard Three
Hell
from Hell sucks.
it does. It barely has Sid Haig in it too, who's Captain Spaulding. Like it barely has him in there because he was in really bad health and was like on the verge of death. Like
Yeah.
he was pretty close to dying when that movie was made, so he just sort of has an appearance in there in a way. But House of a Thousand Corpses is actually like pretty good, and then The Devil's Rejects is like okay, but like you said, it's really like it's depressing because it's fucked up. Like there's stuff in there that's really fucked up. Like in
Oh,
that
dude,
movie,
the
like
whole
the whole
like
hotel
them,
thing,
the
the whole
hotel
hotel.
thing. I think that's what like really bummed me and Louie out. We were watching that. We were like, this is so like twisted,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
just holding people captive, making them like fuck each other. It's weird. It's
yeah, yeah.
strange, man. Like we don't need to dive all into it, but if you haven't seen The Devil's Rejects and
Well,
you
hey,
want a
it's a
depressing
metal
night in,
podcast,
yeah,
and that's pretty fucking metal, dude.
Brian Posehn's in it.
Plus
It's
Brian
directed by a
Posehn. I was
metalhead.
gonna say Rob Zombie's not just a metalhead. He's a fucking metal musician.
A metal god in some people's eyes. I mean,
Sure. Yeah, dude.
he
He's
he will
cool.
go down. He'll go down in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You
What do
know,
you think
like
of
if you,
the probably? I mean, he's extremely famous and
he's very
he's
prolific
pretty
too.
influential too. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole like horrorcore new metal style that he was doing.
Hmm.
Him and like Marilyn Manson like probably inspired a lot of those like newer bands like
I think
Motionless in
also like
White.
yeah, like him and Alice Cooper were I think a lot of the reason a lot of these horror bands exist these days. You know, him
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Alice
Him
Cooper
and
really
Marilyn
set
Manson
that.
too, yeah.
Marilyn Manson too, but Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie were before Marilyn Manson.
Mhm.
Marilyn Manson modeled himself after Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper
Yeah.
for the most
You know
part.
how like well, Marilyn Manson turns out to be like a total scumbag apparently.
Yeah, apparently,
I
yeah.
saw like a really funny meme that was like is like when you realize your Christian grandmother was right about Marilyn Manson in the
Yeah.
90s.
Dude, he's a real dirtbag, it turns out,
He's
which
pretty bad.
it's so funny. Like it's not funny, but it was like funny when it came out to me in some way because people are like, Marilyn Manson's a bad guy. I'm like, and you're shocked?
Yeah, I
Like, I'm
mean,
like,
it should be obvious.
yeah, I thought we all saw this coming,
Yeah,
right?
he's not
Like,
a Satanist or a demonic like fucking people said in the 90s, but he's definitely not cool.
also, if we want to get into Satanism real quick, which we don't have to dive deep into it, it's not all bad. Like Satanism is the wild thing. Like I mean, if you look into a lot of the ideals behind Satanism, there is a. I mean, I'm not that.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
align with any religion, but there is a lot. It's just like Christianity in a certain way, where there's a lot of ideals within it.
they're just like really into the idea of free will, and they're just
Exactly.
very morally ambiguous. They really Here's the problem
It's
with Satanists, they really don't seem to have a moral compass.
yeah.
They're
It's you
just like
should be able to
anything's free game, and whatever happens is that's just life.
exactly.
They're kind of sociopaths.
It's you can do whatever you want and don't bother other people. It's very libertarian. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
very Satanism is very libertarian-esque, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is shocking that there's not more libertarians that are Satanist, I
Yeah, I
guess.
remember like listening to like Joe DeRosa and Bill Burr used to have like a radio show back in the day, and they brought on some Satanists, and they were like shocked after they like left how fucking boring they were.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, I thought they were gonna be like summoning some fucking deities and shit, and no, they were just like really boring people. They
Yeah,
were
for the
just like,
most
yeah,
part, man.
just lacking a moral compass.
I think that's really what it boils down to. I mean, is he lacked a moral compass? But yeah. Um. Anyways, that we got off on a weird tangent there. Started off on horror movies, ended up on Rob Zombie, ended up at metal somehow. Still, you know, I mean, we
Yeah.
started off at action figures and smoking, and ended up
I
back
think
at
all
metal.
those topics fall under the umbrella of metal, dude. So
Yeah,
it's
I
all
think most
good.
metalheads fucking watch horror. you know?
Most metalheads love Rob Zombie movies, dude, for sure.
Yeah, you want to talk? Okay, let's here. I'll jump into some metal news, man. I'll actually pull something from a band that was around the same time as Rob Zombie and White Zombie, sort of, kind of. Iron Maiden,
Okay.
maybe a little bit.
It's a newer
Um,
band?
no, I was saying Iron Maiden. It's so this is kind of fun news. This is from Metal Injection. It also
Okay.
includes your favorite band of all time, Slipknot. The news,
My
but
band? I love
no,
Slipknot.
I know. I just like tease you because you tease me for loving Slipknot.
I
So-
just don't think it's. I think you gotta treat. I think you should treat Slipknot the way that I treated anime in high school. Like I really liked it, but I didn't say anything about it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I wasn't running down the hallways Naruto style with my arms behind my back, but I thought that shit was
Yeah,
cool. I
dude.
was like, yo, that's tight.
You ever see somebody running Naruto style in public?
Yeah, back in the day when that show was like on TV all the
No, I
time.
mean like
Yeah.
currently.
Currently, no, not in years. No.
Okay, well I have.
When's the last time you saw that?
I want to say a couple weeks ago, Jake House did it.
Oh, okay. Like ironically or like
No, I think he just likes Naruto. Maybe a
damn,
little bit
dude.
ironically, but like I don't know. I
That kind
think
of
it was
rules,
50-50. Yeah.
Okay. That's fun,
Um.
dude. Hell yeah.
Okay. So this piece. Are you familiar with the game Dead by Daylight? It falls right into the horror category.
It's like a new game, right?
It's been out for a while now, a couple of years at least.
Oh, okay.
It's like there's essentially like a monster, and then there's like 4 people who are trying to survive. It's a survival horror game.
no, I don't know this
And they
game.
have a fuck ton of like skins and DLC. Like every horror movie character is DLC in that game essentially.
Yeah,
And now
dude.
they're adding DLC of Iron Maiden and Slipknot into the game. So you can play as Eddie from Iron Maiden or as like the Slipknot characters.
Okay, cool.
It's
For
pretty
for how
fucking
much?
wild. I don't know. They haven't released that yet, honestly. They just said that they're getting
Dog.
added to the game.
The
They
video
haven't
game
said.
industry sucks dick now, dude.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
It's just they're just trying to squeeze as much money out of any game as possible, dude.
Yeah, they want
The
to.
fact that you can buy a game for $60 now, and then the game fucking bugs you while you're playing it to be like, you should spend some more money on this game. Wouldn't that be
Dude,
cool?
that's what Dead by Daylight's whole thing is. I think Dead by Daylight might be free at this point, and they really
Okay.
make their money off of DLC. It wasn't free at first. It wasn't a free game at first, but I think it might be now. But they have
Is it an Xbox game or like is it
it's
just
everything.
PC, everything?
It's everything. Yeah, at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it might be free on
Dead
Steam
by
or something.
Daylight.
I don't know. Yeah, it might not be free, but it's a kind of fun game. I mean, it's not bad. It's $19.99 for the game, I guess. But it's got hella DLC, dude. And it's just crazy. Like I said, every horror movie. But I think it's pretty cool. They're like adding like metal artists into there now. But it also shows you like they're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel. Like also,
yeah, dude.
like we run out of horror stuff, so we're gonna start going to metal stuff. I
Sales
guess.
are slow. We gotta get
Honor
gotta
the
get these
legacy.
fucking-
Here's
Who
the
can you play as for Slipknot?
Here's it says honor the legacies of Iron Maiden and Slipknot with 2 new collections centering around 2 of metal's most prolific bands, wrote Behavior Interactive in their update. The Iron Maiden collection features outfits inspired by the iconic mascot Eddie, while the Slipknot collection features 9 killer masks that mirror those worn by the band members. So you could be any of the band members as the killer.
Okay.
So 1 person every time is the killer, and 4 people are on a team as the people trying to escape the killer. And basically, you're trying to like unlock these gates and stuff. I'm terrible at the fucking game. I've played it a few times and I'm really, really bad at it. So I'm not the greatest to describe it. It's kind of a fun game, but it was also
I don't
like
play video games, dude. The only game I play is old school RuneScape.
yeah, really?
Dude, I still rip old school RuneScape all the time.
Is that really the only one you play?
No, I play other games sometimes.
Okay,
I bought the new Harry Potter game recently, the Legacy one. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just because you're transphobic. It's not because you play video games.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
I mean,
I just wanted to support my turf ally, dude.
Yeah,
J.K. Rowling.
You're just a big J.K. Rowling fan, not really a Harry Potter
He's
fan.
actually a personal friend.
Yeah, I mean, and
We're actually hella tight, dude.
you're just supporting artists, honestly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I don't like the way that the woke mob came after her, bro. So
yeah. Honestly, I haven't even played the game yet. No, just
yeah, yeah.
no. Yeah, no. I've got that one as well.
Yeah, you suck, dude. How dare you, Kyle? Fuck off, dude.
It's a fun game.
It is really cool. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick.
I mostly
It
play
fulfills
Warzone.
all my like boyhood fantasies when I was like reading Harry Potter. You know what I mean? It scratches that actual itch where I'm like, it's as close as it gets to being a real fucking wizard, dude. This is good
Yeah.
enough. Good enough for me.
Oh, but you just spend the whole entire time at the bar inside of Hogsmeade trying to attack the one trans bartender there.
I haven't played it that much. I've probably only played like 10 hours.
Oh
So I'm
man, you
not
haven't
like
gotten
that.
anywhere.
I'm not that deep into it at all. I know it's like a massive game, and also I think I need to like get an external GPU because sometimes that game's heavy on my computer, and I have a
Yeah,
good computer, dude. Like I have
that
a
is
really good laptop, and it's heavy, dude.
it is a heavy one. I will give you that.
Yeah.
You want to?
I should have
Alright.
got a gaming fucking not a PC, but I should have got a gaming laptop.
Yeah,
Better
I feel you.
GPU.
Oh man,
What's
that?
the other metal news you got?
So let me see if I can. I got the article up here, but it's not showing me the song within the article. So this one's. Have you heard fucking Shaq's new song where he samples
No.
Drowning Pool?
No.
Dude, Shaq samples Drowning Pool's bodies
All right.
in a news.
Dude, I was getting a little tired of Shaq because he has some whack takes on basketball sometimes, but all right. I'm
Do
back
you want to
in.
hear it?
Yeah, dude, of course I want to hear that. What do you mean do I want to hear that? I'm going to be listening to that all day now.
It's called Thotties Hit the Floor.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right.
I think.
Hell yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Or yeah, Thotties Hit the Floor. Here, I'll fucking jam you a little bit of it real quickly here. Let me share my audio with you. I gotta share my audio. But yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. It's just also mad corny, dude. But it's funny hearing Shaq sample Bodies by Drowning Pool.
Yeah,
All
that's
here we go.
unexpected, dude.
Sicker than your average, great with the drink, 21 Savage. Please do call me Diesel, doing what I want, y'all doing what you need to. Say you wanna go to war, don't tease me, don't wanna see me, turn off TV. BBTTG off GP on the PG, me and AD and PG. Pull up, big body beat beat, suckers drop 6 feet deep. You know I don't stop, 3P, money is a must. I get the bucks, Greek freak, squad glowed up, Chief Keef.
It's the most out of place sample, dude.
It's
Like,
it's very odd.
It's a weird sample.
Came in the game with a cheat wolf, getting to the green like sheep teeth. I do not get it, your movement is whack. Run at the winners, you loosening laps. I'm touring the globe, I'm a land on.
I'm not gonna play all of it, but it's like that. You get it, like
Yeah, exactly.
It's Shaq rapping in the same tone through the whole time. But I think it's so funny that this became like metal news. Is like him sampling Bodies. It's a weird move. He's like, yeah. That's a weird freestyle. I guess he claims it's a freestyle, but who believes that?
Yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to look up something about. Okay. I don't know. I saw something the other day about how like how Bodies by Drowning Pool was like linked to a mass shooting. And like so people were trying to ban it from like the radio and shit because like apparently the kid who did it, like that was his favorite song, dude. That was his that was on his summer jams playlist.
Arizona
number
Killer.
one jam. Oh,
Drowning
yeah?
Pool devastated. Arizona Killer played its Bodies song. Hard Rockers Drowning Pool say they are this was in 2011. Yeah. The Monday Dallas metal band says, we were devastated to learn of the tragic events that occurred in Arizona and that our music has been misinterpreted again. Again?
Dude, what do you mean it's been misinterpreted? You literally say, let the bodies hit the floor. How can it be misinterpreted?
For someone to put out a video misinterpreting a song about a mosh pit as a fuel for a violent act, I don't know if you are sure what a mosh pit is, sir.
A mosh
It's
pit is
a bunch of
definitely-
people committing a violent act together.
Yeah, they're consenting to it. It's a consentful violent act. That's what a mosh pit is.
For a violent act, yeah. That's wild. It just shows how sick they really are. We support those who do what they can to keep America safe. Our hearts go out to the victims and their family of this terrible tragedy. Yeah. That's wild. In 2003,
Is that recent?
19-year-old
2019? What is it?
Oh, dude. This is literally, it's happened in 2003 as well. This is not the first time that this song has inadvertently become the soundtrack to a tragic shooting. In 2003, 19-year-old Joshua Cookie murdered his parents while playing Bodies, which prominently features lyrics, let the bodies... Last name's Cookie. I
shouldn't be laughing, but Jesus Christ, dude.
Joshua Cookie. That's his name. Dude, that's crazy. So it happened in 2003, and then somebody did it again in 2011?
Dude, the band's got to be like, come on, dude.
Dog,
Imagine being in that band and having it happen twice and being like,
oh, I know, man. Like, the first time, that's got to hit you, but the second time, you're like, fuck, man. Like, you got to, like, look at yourselves as a band and be like, we really fucked up, right, guys? Because what can you do at that point? You can't pull it from your set. It's out there. It's
your biggest song.
Yeah.
Name it, Kyle, right now for $25. Name another Drowning Pool song without using Google. Don't even. I saw you go to your keyboard, dude. I saw you go to your keyboard, you motherfucker.
I don't know one.
Your eyes darted down. Bad.
Tearaway Sinner. I don't know.
No.
I got nothing.
Tearaway is probably a really good guess.
it's their songs are called Tearaway and Sinner. That's the next two that came up.
Yeah, exactly. You had to look it up, dude.
I don't know any others. No,
exactly.
I don't.
Exactly. Like, they can't. It's their moneymaker, dude, but they can't pull away.
Oh man, their lead vocalist has the last name Marino. I wonder if he's related to Chino.
Is it? How's it? Probably not, dude. It's a pretty common last name.
Yeah. I wonder. I'm about to type in Jason Marino Chino. Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta stop looking up.
Yeah.
This person's brother on the podcast, shit like that.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, dude, that's fucking fascinating. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild. All right. Oh, dude.
That used to be the song for ECW.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when ECW came back? It was on Sci-Fi Channel, the Extreme Wrestling.
Nah, I never watched it.
You never watched wrestling?
It wasn't my thing, dude. I seem like
dude.
I'd be heavy into wrestling.
You do seem
I know
like you'd be heavy into wrestling.
I've got big wrestling vibes, honestly.
Dude.
The new metal, everything about me screams this dude likes wrestling, and I don't.
I'll say
don't
this,
fuck with wrestling.
then we'll move on because I don't watch it anymore. Sometimes I'll go back because it is hilarious. As an adult who never liked it as a child, you should watch it ironically because sometimes it's the funniest thing on the fucking planet.
Yeah, I've watched it with our friend Brett Hayden. I've he watches all the matches, and I've been over there and just hanging out with him, and he's just been like, "All right, dude, I've got to turn on the wrestling match now," and I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll hang and watch it."
The funniest shit on the planet to me was, and Brett would probably stand by this too, is like during COVID, they had to perform in like empty arenas, but perform as if they were performing to like a full sold out crowd.
Oh yeah, and did they have the
like,
massive screen of people on it or something?
No, not at all.
I thought they had like a big screen at one point.
Probably after a while, but not when they did it initially.
Yeah, it was like a live feed, and they had a
like,
bunch of people watching it on Zoom or some shit.
Yeah, I think the NBA did that too. But like, yeah, it was a fucking fever dream to watch during the lockdown, dude. I was just sitting there like on like 150 milligrams of edibles watching that shit, like just crying, laughing.
It's like those fucking Zoom shows or whatever, man, where people are pretending like they're doing their jokes normally to a crowd on a Zoom show, like those comedians. Have you seen any of those like videos of Zoom comedians, or did you do one of those Zoom shows?
I have done Zoom shows, but I've never watched a Zoom set on like YouTube.
I've seen some. I've seen a couple of them. As
Yeah.
submissions, people who submitted them for like work, and it's like, what are you doing? It's 2023. Why are you submitting a Zoom submission from 2020? Get on a stage again.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
also,
what the
it's
hell?
so weird. Even like, it would have been weird if you submitted that last year, much less this year. Like, but I've
Yeah.
seen it, and it's so strange because somebody will like say their jokes, and then you just hear random laughter like in your headphones that's just as loud as the comedian, and it's like it sounds very much like people who feel like they have to laugh, where somebody says the joke and then one person's like ha 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 like, after, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like it's an obligation.
Yeah,
There's
that's what it is.
there's no obligation in a live audience. It's like, dude,
It's
you either be funny, motherfucker. I paid to be here.
And it's really funny because the person will do the joke, and then like everybody kind of waits to see if anybody's laughing, and then like nobody laughs for a couple seconds, and then so one person will be like ha 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 and like try to save it, like, and it's weird. It's awkward as fuck watching
Dude,
it, man.
Zoom shows made me literally want to kill myself through the pandemic. I was like,
terrible.
yo, dude, this is not comedy.
I turned them all down. I got offered money to do one of them, and I still turned it down. I
Yeah,
was like, I don't
yeah.
want it. I was like, my self-esteem's better than $50. Like,
Yeah. Plus, I
at
was
that
like,
point.
dude, plus I was like richer than I'd ever been. I had
Yeah,
so much government
exactly.
money. I was like, dude, I have way more money.
That's
than
why
I've
they were
ever
like, you want
had.
$50 to ruin your self-esteem? I'm like,
I'm
no,
about to
I'm
drop
good.
$50 on Uber Eats right now, dude.
Like, I'm about to
Fucking-
order $100 in t-shirts right now on the government dime. What are you talking about?
And then watch grown men in tights wrestle each other to a non-existent crowd.
Yeah, it's wild, man. All right, cool. More metal news. I got a couple more stories.
Real
maybe.
quick, are you timing this?
I have not got a time on it. I should have a
Okay, 'cause
time
it's
on it.
2 already, so
2? All right.
I imagine
cool.
we're probably like 30 minutes into this. We'll just do metal news and then go through some of the incarceration bans, and we'll save Suckamore for the next episode.
All right, dope, cool. This one, I like this one because this is less of news and more of like something that I think is like interesting and makes me think about, because I've thought about it a lot. Lewis Black on his new special, he released his new special like this past week or two, I think. And on it, he comes out to Metallica's Enter Sandman and has like some little riff about like, oh, I picked the wrong song to come out to, like out of the gate. He's like, you heard Enter Sandman, and then just like an old Jewish man walks out or something. Like he has like some like fucking like bit about like, I played a song too heavy for me to walk out to or something, you know? And I'm like, I think about this a lot. Like, if you have a special and you are at Lewis Black's level where you can play what song you want to come out to, because like if he's got Enter Sandman, he had options. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's a lot of money.
Have you thought about like what song you would love to come out to on a special?
Or
what song you would
I've never
like?
thought about that actually.
No?
No.
Never? Dude, I've thought about it too much.
Yeah.
Too much, man. Like, I've thought about the lead up before me hitting the stage, like the little back, like green room footage right before I hit the stage, where like the song starts and then like it drops as I'm like coming out to the stage. In a dream world, I license Goat by Polyphia. Okay, this is where I'm at. I want Goat by Polyphia, if I'm
That'd
being
be
honest
sick.
with you. I think it'd be dope. Like the build up, and then like once it fucking drops at like a minute in is when I'm like walking out on stage essentially.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought about that would be a sick one. Usually when I come out on stage at the comedy club, I come out to Nookie 6 seconds in.
Yeah, dude, you love Blair and Limp Bizkit
I
for
fucking
everybody
do, dude.
at Detroit House of Comedy.
I love it, man. I love like on a show where like people just are like, this dude's fucking coming out to Limp Bizkit, because it takes them back.
Well,
for a
it's
second.
funny, like when I was there featuring you before, like on the first night was just one show before the show when they were just like seating the crowd. You were just literally just playing Limp Bizkit.
I was playing new metal. It wasn't Limp Bizkit alone.
No, you were playing Limp Bizkit pretty much the entire. It was like 4 or 5 Limp Bizkit songs in a row, dude. And then like a couple. No, I swear to God. And then like a couple other songs. I think there was a Korn song mixed in, and maybe like something else. I think there was like a Gideon song too. Also, like way too heavy playing Gideon for fucking seating like 40-year-old white ladies.
I played Gideon after. I do not play that while we're seating, okay? Okay. I played the I Miss New Metal playlist when we were seating them. Because it was like
a fuckload of Limp Bizkit on that, dude.
Yeah, there's some, definitely. And I think it just ended up being heavily Limp Bizkit maybe that time. I don't usually play that playlist. I was playing it because, like, Allie Makovsky was the headliner, and a lot of her fan base is from, like, Kill Tony. And
what does that have to do with Limp Bizkit?
Oh, I was just playing metal music. Like, a lot of them like metal music and shit. And, like, it's sort of what I realized is it just, like, sort of depends on the audience. Yeah, music changes on the audience sometimes, usually. I mean, and, like, I tested it.
I mean, like, cool about it.
I switched it up the second day, though, a little bit. Because, like, I realized, like, I was like, oh, this isn't totally the vibe. Like, I thought it was the first day where I was like, this should be fine. And then I realized pretty soon after that wasn't the vibe. Like, the next day, I was like, I was like, all right, so I'll adjust. You know, it's like I've had to do that before with comedians. Yesterday, I was just playing like a hip hop playlist, and the headliner was like, "Can you turn on a Bad Bunny playlist?" And I was like, "Sure, man." You know, it's
Bunny?
like,
hell yeah,
yeah, dude. He's like half Latino, half Iranian, and so his audience was literally like split down. Like it was like half Latino audience, half Middle Eastern audience, pretty much. And so he wanted Bad Bunny played because his audience fucks with Bad Bunny. So
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I appease the artist sometimes. I've had an artist ask for Bollywood hits.
It'd be hilarious if he was like, "Can you put on a Bad Bunny playlist?"
I was like, I'm listening to Korn, dude.
And then you're like, "Sure." Just like, keep rolling.
He's like, "Yo, I asked for Bad Bunny."
Refuse and just keep playing Biscuit, dude.
Dude, yeah, just be like, yeah, I'll change it in a minute after like this song. I have a playlist on right now. I got a couple songs I need to get through,
done, dude.
Yeah, after this album.
We gotta finish the album.
Yeah. We'll have at least like 5 minutes before you go up. Like, I can get 1 or 2 Bad Bunny songs in, right? In between there. Yeah.
I'll basically just bring you up to Bad Bunny.
Yeah,
and
just
then
let me
play
like
Limp Bizkit around that.
Yeah, I gotta finish out Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water, and then we'll get to your Bad Bunny. Okay.
And if you need any Limp Bizkit music cues while you're on stage performing, let me know.
Yeah. I got Fred Durst sound bites queued up, dude.
Yeah. It's a common thing headliners ask for, you know the biz.
Yeah. You know the
comedy biz.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just curious if you had ever thought about that, if like a song you would come out to on stage. In a special.
Bodies by Drowning Pool, dude.
Just come out and start talking about statistics.
No, just come out and just kill everybody in the audience. I'm kidding, Kyle. Shut up.
Oh,
dude.
man.
Is that too far?
I don't know,
Obviously,
man.
I'm
Let the
fucking
people decide.
obviously. All right, maybe I'll chop that little piece out, dude. I'm trying to get put on a fucking list for a little jokey joke, dude.
Oh, man. It's fucking funny. All right. All right. I got some more stories. Man. Kurt Cobain's guitar from the Nevermind era, his smashed guitar sold at auction for $595,000. A smashed Kurt Cobain guitar. $595,000, dude.
It's a lot of money, dude.
Is there any artist that you would collect a guitar from if you just had like fuck you money? Is there like any?
Define fuck you money. Like,
fuck you money is buying a guitar for $595,000. That's
so
what I mean.
Like, I have like
you just had
$500 million.
Sure, let's say 200 million.
Okay, even if I had 200 million, would I spend $500,000 on a broken guitar for a dead heroin addict's guitar that I didn't really, whose music I really don't care for that much?
I'm not asking Kurt Cobain specifically. I'm
Am
saying,
I
is
a
there
big Kurt Cobain fan in this scenario?
No, I'm saying anybody's musical. Is there any
okay.
musical instrument or any artist memorabilia that you think you would spend a lot of money on? And I'm not even saying that much necessarily. I'm saying, is there any artist or like piece of musician paraphernalia, you know, like a guitar or a microphone
I
or a
mean,
drum or
yeah, a
anything
guitar
that
that
you would
works. Yeah, I would buy like a lot of people's guitars for sure if I
whose
had that type of money.
off the top of your head, rip me a couple names.
I would definitely buy like an Eddie Van Halen like custom
Like
signature,
a
like one of his
signature.
like personals if I could get my hands on it. And we're
Okay.
talking strictly like this was their personal guitar in this hypothetical fantasy. I would buy Beatles guitars from any of them. I would buy a Ludwig Beatles kit from Ringo if I could get it. That'd be sick. Definitely buy that. I don't know. I'd buy
So
a gun from the members of Drowning Pool.
stop. You gotta stop.
I knew as soon as it popped in my head, I was like, ooh, Kyle's gonna hate this. I better say it. All right.
But
All right, for real. I'll go back to being serious. Because I'm trying to. There are definitely like there's so many guitar players I actually really respected when I was like a young lad learning guitar.
a microphone from Tim Lambert.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man. Or no, it's Tim Lambesis.
Tim
I'm sorry.
Lambesis
Yeah,
from
Tim
As I
Lambesis.
Lay
What is it?
Dying.
Yeah.
A little inside baseball, but I got it.
Yeah. Tim Lambesis, the dude who hires people
Put a
to
hit on
murder
his wife, dude.
Yeah. It gets out and
Yeah,
still has a successful career.
Yeah, the unsung hero from our earlier episodes.
Oh man.
Who else would I buy an instrument from? Like if I could get my hands on it. That's tough. Like name some. I would Slash. Slash would be one.
I'm gonna go
if
for.
I could get a Les Paul from Slash, that'd be tight, dude.
There's like a couple things I think like the two first ones that come to my head are the one thing I would love to have, which is like a really ridiculous one. It's not even really like a real instrument in a weird way. Is I would love to have one of those fucking Slipknot beer kegs that they just hit with a bat, you know? Like, you know, the fucking clown hits the beer keg with the bat, you know what I'm talking about on stage?
Yeah.
Dude, I want one of those fucking beer kegs. Like, I just want one of one of his fucking signature beer kegs that he uses to like hit with a baseball bat, or just his bat, dude. Like honestly, like I think because it's not a real instrument, so it's like it's more interesting to me. Yeah, like it's why it's funnier to me. Like people are like, "You have a beer keg," and it's like, "But wait."
I mean, it's
like,
memorabilia. You asked
yeah.
me. You didn't ask me just strictly instruments. You asked me memorabilia too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I'd buy any memorabilia. Like I don't. What am I to do? Fucking buy John Lennon's glasses? It's like bad enough. I look like all the Beatles fucking put together.
Yeah. I get it. I say memorabilia too, because like again, in my head, I'm also like probably a Slipknot mask. Like I'd want one like actually worn by them.
That would
be
cool. See, I'd
like
buy something like that.
A stage worn Slipknot mask. I'd
if I
fucking
could get
love
my
that.
hands on like all the old original Slipknot masks.
Oh, that would never
that'd
happen.
be sick. Yeah.
You can get some originals though. There's some originals out there floating around. There's a bunch of them actually, because they used a lot of masks over the years. They would take multiple masks on tour with them, and then they had different limited ones that they only used for one or two shows, or for one tour, or for one video, or for one photo shoot. Like, so they had a lot of different, just like one-off masks. So there's a lot of them out there, and then like. I know as these dudes are getting older too, they're starting to get like rid of some of them. Like I've seen some videos of like their DJ Sid, like he sold off a couple of them or like giving them away. Yeah, some of them have just like let some of their masks go, or they've gone into different hands or something. Like a photographer ended up holding on to it after a photo shoot and then sold it off years later or something. So I would love like one of those. I just think about the bands that like I grew up loving, so, like a band where I would actually spend a lot of money, I guess, to get it. And there's not a lot of bands I can think of where I would like where it's like genuinely worth spending a lot of money to get something from them, or that I love them enough to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Slipknot's one of the few where I feel like their shit also would look cool as a collector's item as well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's very stylized. Everything they have is very stylized, so I think like you could easily turn it into home decor in some fucking way, you know?
Traumatize your children.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have
I remember being
if I had
scared
to,
of Slipknot when I was like 8.
Yeah, I think that's the appeal of them, though.
Yeah,
Is it
for
like at
sure, for
first it
sure.
scares you, and then you realize they're fucking cool, like, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, these guys are actually kind of dope, and they make good music.
Yeah, they're sick, dude.
Yeah. So them, I don't know, man. Other than that, I can't really think of anything that like influenced me to the point where I would just spend crazy fucking money on
Yeah,
it.
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get when people are like, "I'm gonna buy this artist's like hair," or like when they're like
Yeah.
the spit or whatever. I'm like, that's so creepy. Like shit like that, like weird memorabilia. I'm like, yeah, I would never do anything like that. Like, but yeah, like guitars and stuff. That's cool. Or instruments is pretty tight.
Yeah, and you know, value is different to everybody.
I would love to get a bass from Thundercat.
Oh yeah.
I would play a lot more bass if I could get one of his basses that he's played. I feel like it would rub off on me a little bit, dude. Some of the magic would be left behind.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
Dude,
mean,
playing bass is hard as hell, man.
yeah.
That's like talk about an instrument that is all feel. Bass is all feel, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, man. All right. We'll keep it moving. I actually go into a sort of festival one that's a festival news thing that's connected sort of to incarceration in a way. So this past week was Welcome to Rockville, the music festival. You familiar with it? Daytona?
No.
They
No,
do it down
who
at like the Daytona 500 Raceway or whatever.
Oh, that's fun.
It's a Danny Wimmer Presents Festival, same company that puts on Incarceration. And one of the main headliners was Tool.
Cool.
And Tool, when they came out on stage, it was down in Florida, where the Governor Ron DeSantis recently passed the wonderful bill of no drag shows for children. You know,
Okay.
because that's what we all need in America. You know, everything else is
Priority
fine.
number one, dude.
Yeah, everything else is fine here. We need to work on these drag queens. No drag. But Maynard James Keenan, the lead vocalist of Tool, came on stage in drag with like full fake tits and everything, and like, performed his whole set to a Daytona, Florida crowd in just full tits and drag as the lead vocalist of Tool, and like didn't really make a mention of it, I guess, or anything. It was just what he showed up in, and like he had prosthetic boobs, like, and people were like, "Was it a statement? Were you trying to like make a political statement?" He's like, "Nah, I've been doing this shit for years." Like he's like prosthetics have just gotten to a really great point. He's like, and I thought it would be fun. He's like also, I don't agree with anything that Florida put in place. He's like, politically, I think it's really incorrect. Like he's like a libertarian,
Yeah.
and so like he fucking hates what Florida's put in place. But it's like he's like, that's not why I did that. He's like, I did that because I just do that. But
It's my thing, actually.
Yeah, and it's true. Apparently, he's been doing it for years. Like he just come up and drag for years, and he's like, but yeah, he did it in Florida, and
Been
so
doing this, been reading to children.
Yeah,
It's my thing, dude.
It became major news because it wasn't an 18+ show, so he was technically doing something illegal by Governor Ron DeSantis's laws.
So edgy.
Yeah, it's fucking
So
ridiculous.
yeah, but dude, fucking breathing wrong in Florida is basically illegal, dude.
I think honestly, outside of the laws or anything,
If you fucking breathe
like,
through your nose in Florida, you go to jail, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. I think like outside of the laws or anything, or like that new shit that Ron DeSantis is putting in place outside of that, I think it's pretty funny because Maynard James Keenan came out to an audience of just Florida dudes dressed up as a woman. And like that to me is funny in and of itself without this law even existing, is that you know how many dudes in Florida who went to this rock and roll festival on Daytona Beach to go see Tool, who are all like libertarian Joe Rogan bros, like, because like he's been on Joe Rogan a bunch of times. He's friends with Joe Rogan, the lead vocalist of Tool. And so it's like, imagine how many Rogan bros and just Florida dudes went to that show and then saw the shit and were just pissed the second he walked out on stage with tits.
Hey, man.
Dude, I
don't know, like,
I love it.
it's
like
funny,
I think it's great. Yeah. I think it's awesome. But Yeah, so that was like a big piece of news this week, I guess. Is Maynard James Keenan coming out in drag at a Florida show fresh off Ron DeSantis passing that bill?
Yeah. Do you like
Um,
Tool?
No, not really. I mean, I don't hate
Me
them, but
neither.
I
I
don't
don't
really
hate him
like
either,
them
but it's not
either.
my thing. It seems
Yeah.
it's like very pretentious music to me.
It seems like it's either for really dumb dudes or like dudes who fancy themselves very smart.
Yeah, I think it's the fan base that turns me off of Tool. I think that's really
Yeah.
what it is.
It's because it's far sides of the spectrum, I think, with them. You either get the really dumb bros or you get like the bros who think they're intellectuals.
Yeah, but they're just it's a Venn diagram, but that it's one circle.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, your mic just went out. Go to the chat.
Yo.
I can't.
Yo.
Oh, there
Yo.
you. Okay,
we are.
cool.
All right. Okay, we're good.
And we're back.
Yeah,
Fucking
sorry.
Zoom, dude. We might have to switch to Riverside, dude.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
We might have to check out Riverside. Give that a free trial run.
Yeah, maybe.
It might be better quality. It seems like it's like better video quality.
Yeah. But yeah, regardless, it was just interesting stuff. But it was a Danny Wimmer Presents festival.
Who's Danny Wimmer?
Danny Wimmer Presents is the company that puts on Inkarceration and a bunch of other festivals.
Okay.
They do like Sonic Temple. They do Bourbon and Beyond. Fuck, they do so many of them, dude. I can list them off real quick. I got it right here. Yeah, they have like a shit ton of Louder Than Life. They do Welcome to Rockville, Sonic Temple, Incarceration, Bourbon and Beyond, Louder Than Life, Aftershock, Golden Sky, Epicenter, and Hometown Rising. So Hometown Rising and Golden Sky and Bourbon and Beyond, or Golden Sky and Hometown Rising are like more country-based festivals. Bourbon and Beyond is somewhere between country and rock. Louder Than Life tends to be metal and rock. Sonic Temple they're focusing on more rock. Welcome to Rockville is metal and rock. Incarceration is focusing on more heavily metal now. So most of them are like rock festivals. They have a couple country ones, but they've got like 9 different major festivals, and they're the largest independent festival promoter in the country. Meaning they're the largest besides Live Nation, essentially, or like Axis. So, but they do Incarceration. And we were going to dive into some more of those bands, right?
Yeah, we can do a couple and then we'll wrap up this episode
let's
and
just
continue
do a couple
it.
of them, man.
Continue it on next episode.
Yeah, let me hop into my music here.
Yeah, because we're about to hit an hour pretty soon here.
Okay, cool.
If not already.
We'll hit a couple bands real quickly. So do you have any on there that you want to check? Are you looking at the lineup, or do you want me to send it to you?
No, I'm not looking at it. Just you pick the first one and I'll catch up.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm going to pick I want to pick a second row band instead of a first row band, because I think that would be more interesting. I think we picked all first row or all bottom row bands on. I guess it would be third row then. We picked all bottom row bands the first time. So
yeah, exactly.
I think, except for The Violent, maybe. I think mostly. There's a band called Clifford.
Clifford?
Like the big red dog, dude.
Okay, yeah, play Clifford.
I want to hear who names themselves that. See, this is the problem with naming your band Clifford, is the first thing that comes up literally is Clifford the Big Red Dog, even on Apple Music.
Yeah, you're just dooming yourself to never being found. Clifford band.
There's 2 independent artists called Clifford, 2 independent like solo artists, it looks like, called Clifford as well. I can tell which one is the band I'm looking for because they have one album and it's got a metal font on the title.
Nice, dude. I gotta hear this band.
All right, so first song's called Dark Descent. Let me make sure volume's at a good level.
Dark Descent.
Here we go. If you want to talk about dark titles, the second one's called Euthanize. So.
Oh my god. Yo, what's up, Incarceration Festival? This song's called Euthanize.
Band's
gonna suck, dude. I guarantee
Dark Descent. Dark Descent. How much of this do we have to deal with before we get music? You know what I mean? Sounds like
we
the
might
alien.
be wrong. Hey, give it a second. It might be.
Sounds,
we might.
sounds like the UFOs are coming to pick us up.
We might be wrong
quick.
though. This might go hard.
They're trying to do the whole Lorna Shore thing. It feels like a little bit, right?
Yeah,
you feel that?
It's eerie, dude. They're setting an atmosphere right now.
I hated the guitar riff up top. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that little it's not great.
I didn't like
dude.
it. Hate's a strong word. I didn't like it. But that scream that comes in is pretty brutal, so I'm still on board. I like the wow, wow.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I hate the vocals. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude.
You can tell it's like a rough studio recording too, though. You can tell it's like.
I mean, the production sounds okay. It's not.
Yeah, but it
bad.
doesn't sound like mastered or mixed well, I guess. The drums sound poorly recorded.
The drums are probably programmed, dude.
Yeah.
I guarantee they're 99% programmed. Wait, go back? What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Did he just do the fill it with the venom and eliminate him? Otherwise, I minute made him? What the fuck just happened? Go back.
On. We'll see. 1 second. Bringing pain to all the ones who can't formally request it. There. But you would never see another man eliminating everyone and everything.
I don't like that at all. That sounds ridiculous.
No! No!
Keep playing, dude. I want to hear more.
You know what's weird? I thought we weren't doing Suckamore on this episode. The vocals, man. Whew.
No, don't disband that. Don't disrespect this band like that. That's not fair to them.
I'm gonna be honest. He needs vocal effects. That's what's needed there.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
not a lot of reverb. It's a very dry vocal take.
I think this dude is not the worst vocalist, but like he's not great. But I think if they threw a couple effects on him, it would
Also,
sound like very good.
Really, really loud in the mix.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like the mix
vocals are
is not
too
good,
loud in the mix,
and the drums are really quiet. Like the guitars are kind of quiet. Like it's a weird. That's what I was saying out of the gate. It sounds like a weird mix, or like the mastering of it.
Yeah, it's
like,
not great.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's check out Euthanize, their next popular song.
Euthanize.
You said Euthanize right as I hit play on it, and I was like, dude, right as I hit play on it, you go Euthanize, and I was like, is that how they start the fucking song? I was like, they did not just start the song by going Euthanize. I was like, I'm already out.
That would be great. That would be so fucking funny, dude.
It's just you, though.
Dude, god damn it. Metal is so corny, dude. I hate that I love this shit.
Yeah. I thought it was the song for a second, though, just because the timing of me hitting play. Oh, man. All right.
Fuck.
But it's because he's whispering, too. That's why.
Wait, he does do it, though. Go back. Play it
Yeah.
over. He does say Euthanize at the beginning.
That's hilarious, dude. I love that we were joking and like it's exactly what I said. I think it's exactly what you did, dude.
God damn it, that's funny as fuck.
Oh,
dude.
I wish we weren't that accurate. Like I wish it wasn't that easy to be right
Hey,
sometimes.
it's the genre's pretty fucking predictable, man.
Yeah, especially new bands. Yeah.
I like this song better.
Yeah.
All right, turn it off. Immediately after, I'm like, I like this one better, but hey, shut it off, dude.
Let's skip it a little forward. I want to hear if it gets better.
I fuck with that.
I'll go
Play
back a
that
little
part
bit.
over. Yeah, dude, I fuck with that riff pretty heavy, actually. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that riff too.
Dude,
That's a
they're,
pretty
like,
sick riff.
dissonant, and like on
Yeah.
the second take, on the second pass through, they like double up on the harmony on it. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty
Yeah, it's pretty
eerie
sick.
sounding, dude.
I like that. I like that. It's not all bad. It's the whispering euthanize is not great.
It caught me off guard. That was pretty funny.
But you know, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, yeah,
All
that
right.
song euthanize kind. I mean, that riff is pretty
Let's
sick.
do one more and then wrap this episode up, and we'll
Let's do it.
continue trudge through. Let's do Traverse the Abyss.
Oh man, I've heard this band before. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard it. Some good.
All right,
I'll
let's
say
do
that.
something else then.
I'll
We'll do
say
something else
some
then.
good. I'm like, hold on, it's not all
Let's
bad though. Hold on, this band's
do-
not all bad though. I will say, like, I think they have
But yeah,
stuff
but
that
you've
you may
heard
like.
it though.
Okay,
You've heard
okay.
it. That's
Yeah, I've heard it.
let's
They've got some
do-
good shit.
do
So for what it's
Dark
worth.
Dark Signal.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say this band Traverse the Abyss. My thing with them is, I've listened to a few songs by them, and they have like a really fucking heavy sound for the most part, but they also have like remnants of almost like 80s hair metal in there somehow. Like where it's like you could tell their guitarist grew up on like hair metal or like 80s or 90s metal, you know?
Mm.
And it's like the rest of the band is like sort of going for a sound, but you know, like when you could hear a guitarist is almost like playing the style of music they learned as opposed to playing the style of music that the rest of the band is trying to play.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that at times, where it's like most of their music is like all really together, but there's a few songs in there where the sound is just not cohesive with the rest of them.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, Dark Signal. Let's get into it. It's interesting. It's a picture of one guy on the Apple Music. It's just one guy's face.
All right.
I wonder if it's just one dude. So we're going to listen to the top song, Build You Back.
I don't want to live another moment with all.
Who turned on Breaking Benjamin? Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, I don't- it sounded very country too. He's got like a really nasally voice.
Yeah. I'll keep it in
I
place.
have to say, I don't want to take another breath. It's pushing you away. I was cold like a tidal wave, crashing in the night for so long, so long, so long. I would fight like an animal, tearing up.
Dude, turn this off. I miss being fucking 12 years old on the school bus listening to shit like this. Just like blaring like 3 Days Grace on my fucking headphones, dude. Man, simpler times, bro.
Isn't that? It sounds like Breaking Benjamin to me.
A little bit, yeah. It's just like very like early 2000s cornball fucking radio rock, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna fucking slay at Inkarceration to those people,
Yeah,
you know, for
exactly, dude.
most of the crowd. But
Yeah,
it looks like
dude, listening to some of these bands, I'm pretty glad I'm not going to this festival with you now. I hope to God next year when I come with you, there's a better lineup for the local bands at least.
Yeah, man. I mean, the beauty of it is there's a lot going on there, so I don't have to watch every single band if I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
to,
true.
you know?
You can get tattoos and shit, right?
Yeah, there's also like you could go for a tour through the prison. There's like fucking
Oh
blood.
yeah, it's
There's a
in
blood
prison.
prison. Yeah, there's like a blood prison, which is like their haunted house inside the prison essentially. There's also like gonna be vendors and shit there, and just other shit going on. I'm also bringing my phone, and I got like a wireless microphone, and I'm just gonna try and talk to people there and see if I can get content just talking to random people at the festival.
Yeah.
Like I got like one that just plugs into my phone, like a wireless mic off Amazon. It comes with like a 2-pack, like lapel mics essentially. And I could just fucking be like, "Hey, who are you here to see?"
Get some of that TikTok. Hey, what do you
Dude.
rate yourself 1 to 10?
Nah, this is gonna be. I honestly just want to walk up to people and be like, "Who's the worst band you've seen here?" It's like,
you should. That's actually funny content, dude.
Try and get people to throw a band under the bus real quick or something, you know, like catch people off guard, or be like, "What's the craziest thing you've seen so far this weekend?" You know, like try and get like interesting shit. Like if I don't want to watch a band, just try and walk around and maybe talk to people. And yeah, that's why I got it. Also, I work in downtown, so it's easy to talk to people walking around downtown, and so I was gonna start trying to do that a little bit. But I'm gonna try and do that somewhat. But yeah, this band, man, I can't figure out how many members are in this band, honestly. Like I see pictures where there's like 4, I see pictures where there's 3, I see pictures where there's 2, but then on Apple Music
Dude, it's
there's
the
only
singer's
1.
band, but he's got hired guns, clearly.
I think so, dude.
He's got hired gun. Probably not, dude. He's like a smaller artist, right?
I don't know, man.
How many monthly listeners has he got on Spotify? Because he's like bottom row.
Spotify.
He's bottom row on Fridays.
63,000 monthly listeners.
That's not a lot, dude.
It's not enough bad.
Not enough to hire fucking band members, dude.
They got.
I guess if you're getting paid for festivals, yeah, you can probably hire people to play live with you.
Also, their top songs on Spotify are different than the Apple Music ones, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
What's the other top Spotify song? It's from their 2018 album. I kind of want to hear that and hear if it's any different in sound or the same bullshit.
Yeah, I want to hear something if they got like anything heavier. This can't be the same group.
This is the same group, my
This
dude.
is what? No.
Ask and ye shall receive something heavier. I guess. I don't know.
What?
This is their top song on Spotify, and I'm playing
gotta hear
it
the
on
singing
Apple
vocals.
Music.
I gotta hear the singing vocals.
Nope. I was bobbing my head, and he started singing.
Play
I'm
it
like,
though, 'cause
damn.
I'm trying to hear his voice. Yeah, it is the same guy. You're right. What the fuck?
Still, it's just like
Nah.
Breaking Benjamin's heavier stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, dude, I hate that radio rock just steals from fucking like metalcore and shit now.
Yeah, it's just hard radio rock, man.
Weird,
That's all
man.
it is, dude.
Weird. Go back to Seether riffs, dude.
Yeah, man. They
Seether used to be one of those bands I would just jam out to on the bus at like 12 too.
It looks like this band did tour a little bit with Slaves for a minute there.
Oh yeah.
Which is a pretty decent band.
Yeah, Slaves was good.
So, I don't know, but yeah, I mean radio rock, dude. That's what it is. They're going for radio rock.
Yeah,
but hey,
dude.
man, they're making what they want to make, so fuck it,
Yeah.
right?
All right,
You
bro.
know?
Let's wrap this one up.
All right, let's wrap it up. Everybody, thank you for listening to episode 11 of Unless You Live Hardcore. You can follow us on social media at Unless You Live Hardcore on Instagram. I'm I am Kyle Forsyth on Instagram.
I am at Comic Jake Ford on Instagram. Follow us on wait, did you do the Unless You Live Hardcore one?
I sure did.
Okay,
And
my bad. I'm sorry.
subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Fucking leave a review, whatever you can. You know,
Yeah, dude,
comment.
that's what
I
I
don't
meant.
know, man. Yeah,
That's
do
what I
all that
fucking
stuff.
meant.
Any way you can interact with the podcast or us, we appreciate it. So.
Dude, numbers have been going up.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Been doing better.
Fuck
So,
yeah,
that's good.
dude. That's
Thanks,
how,
guys. We
that's
got
what
a
want.
fucking 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts too.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that, dude.
Is that your mom, really?
No, I don't know. It might be, but I don't. This hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah.
I'm sure
All
she'd leave another one if I asked. All right, thanks everybody.
All right,
for
thanks for
listening.
listening. Catch y'all next time.